Welcome to my Minecraft map. This is, whoa, it's a bit laggy. Um, this is a one-to-one model of uh, Aberglaslyn Pass. I don't know what it is. I just picked it because it looked cool. Um, which is over there, and so we will be traveling around the map in the way you would if you want to do it. I'll link it on Planet Minecraft, or just like look at it. It's cool. Um, yeah, so laggy probably from OBS. This is the spawn area. There's a little book for you to read. Um, that's nice. It's almost sunset now because I was walking around a bit, but you should spawn in at daytime. Um, oh, I did not mean that. We've got some materials here. We've got a walking stick. Got armor. I was just checking to see if I didn't already have some on, but here we go. I believe I cleared my inventory when I put this up. You can see I ate some potatoes already, but we'll take those. I think because the camp, we'll take some campfire stuff, but using the campfire is more fun when you have friends. Um, we'll take some berries and a fruit soup. And take an axe just in case. Right here we have some fences. Definitely going to take some of those. I'm going to take a bed. Let's take a green one. Take a saddle in case we find some horses. More chains for building. A boat. That it might be hard to boat because I'll show you the river is uh quite the mountain river. I don't think we'll be doing too much building, but I'll um take some different materials. Wood. Um oh yeah, and ladders. Great. And if ladders are kind of, if you're going in the wilderness, you want to like go up the mountain face, which you might not. The carrots are there, I believe, for oh yeah, for pigs. Rails are there in case you want to do something with a railway. I don't know what you would, but maybe you do. So it's there. Um, let's take this bed and let's right now in the lodging. Actually, yeah, that reminds me. Let's take a few different beds so that way we can make some. We can leave them in our tents, which would be nice. What do I need out right now? Probably that. Yeah, it's probably good. So I think the spear looks kind of like a walking stick, kind of nice. Um, yeah, free cam. Kind of looks like it, right? I think so. I like to have it as a walking stick. I know that's clearly meant to be a spear, but you know what? So what we'll do is we'll put that in our offhand. How about? And that way we don't really have to worry about it. There's also maps. Don't really, let's break this. Don't really feel like doing any map stuff right now, but suppose you could. So this is the train station. It looks like there's a building actually like this in real life, though I don't know if it's a train station, so that's why I built this here. You can take a minecart, put a minecart there to kind of draw you over to this, but there's more in the chest. Take it all the way down the map. It goes all the way. When I'm walking around this map, I like to just walk. I think. Also, I turned some music on. Hopefully, we get some of that later, and I should have. Oh no, I don't. Okay, so we might get some bad music too. Normally, I have a C418 pack on. So I like to walk. Feels like a better pace, but I think we'll move a little faster on these roads. Actually, I plan for that. So these are some signs that just direct you. Map ends like maybe 100 blocks that way. And the map is 2,000 by 2,000 blocks, if you're wondering. So this was kind of my design for the train thing, so I thought that was nice. Let's get a little horse going. I'm going to use this. Sorry, I'm a little too lazy to go get a horse right now, so we're going to be doing this. By the way, how sick would like a Minecraft cavalry be now with spears on your horse. Get some real... You don't need this while we're going, but you can get some cool stuff going there. So this is the trainway. I talked about it a little bit, but just like in real life, there's a massive tunnel down there. So we might check that out. I think my plan was to hike down to the other side so we can kind of check out the hiking experience, because that's what I like the most about this map. It'd be quite a lot better if it wasn't so laggy right now as well. But we're going to hike down to the other side of the map, and then we'll maybe take the train back, because there's a train station with minecarts over there too. There's a little pig. So you may be looking at these trees. All these trees were made by me. They're about 12 in total, plus the fallen one, which isn't, I don't really consider a tree. There are birch trees, oak trees, and these are meant to be like rowan trees. Because or mountain ash, I looked up, is like one of the ones over there. So I think it came out pretty good. I used that little bit red for like berries. We'll just take the horse down to this main road. And this road has a yellow line in the middle of it. That's the end of the map right there. So, yeah, we can actually stay in our lane. There's that road which has no line, and there's one up here which is made out of deep slate instead of stone, which is more of like a highway. This is what the fields look like, so quite nice. Oh, and I want to just mention, you might see something I did in World Painter. I kind of did like these stripes of like rooted dirt and moss. And if there was no vegetation on it, it would look pretty obvious. But with the ferns and grass on top, I think it's a really nice technique to just kind of break up the landscape. So you can kind of see, if you look closely, you might see it's like kind of like it's just stripes of the material. But from a distance, it looks kind of random, and it's just kind of nice to make it not just plain grass or plain moss. So we're going to come around the bend, and we're going to see a bridge. What's that bend? It's this bend. All right. We're going to see a little bridge. I built this too. Nice texture there. Wonderful. Meant to look like kind of like a medieval bridge. There's, it's also based on a real life structure. And this is the pass. So you can take it in. Distant Horizons is not super high quality, but like with Vox or something, this would look awesome. Still does look pretty cool. The forests look awesome with Distant Horizons, I think. And that's the river, and that's why I said, you can boat down it, you can't boat up it because of the way boats work, and I think there's so many rocks that you have trouble boating down it as well. But we brought it just in case we want to try for a little bit. Might be fun to boat down it. You could try that. And you can see this road is made out of deep slate. This is like a proper road. And the train is in a tunnel in this mountain, and it should emerge. If I can see it. Maybe right there where I'm pointing with my mouse. I think that's where the train gets out. All right, but we're going this way because this is where my favorite hiking trail is. So, yeah, pretty much. It's right in the back corner of the map, and it would be hard to find if you weren't to look for it. Is that the donkey? Okay, I like the horse. Okay, and you can also see there are these boulders, and they're also mixed in with the forest, which is a nice touch, I thought. It has some rocks in the forest as well, but yeah, those boulders, the same boulders in the river, because I was too lazy to make more. Or not lazy, but I just didn't want to. This is kind of a test map for me, kind of learning World Painter. And I think it went well. I learned quite a bit of the tools, and I think we can make much bigger ones in the future, because with this one I was like test exporting it every like 10 minutes. I didn't know how things would look at all. And it took a lot of playing with the numbers to get the right thing, especially the river. The river was the hardest bit. So we'll leave this horse here. We'll equip our walking stick, and we'll head off up into this mountain ascent. It is the best trail. That's why I put best trail there. And a lot of boulders generated on the path and stuff. I would just walk over them, but I did leave you tools in case you want to break them, as well as fallen logs that might be on the trail, which is more of a problem in the dense forest. This is kind of a lighter forest section. Ooh, nice. We got some music. But yeah, like through there is quite dense forest, so. Okay. And other thing I would say is you're welcome to go off for a little bit. Make that a nicer number. Through the forest. You could do that, and you could make your own path if you wanted. Not too bad. I think I said in the Planet Minecraft it's hard to walk through the forest. I actually loosened it up a little bit at the last moment, so it's actually not too bad to walk through. I think a denser forest would be nice, but you know, all my trees are like big. So I think a denser forest would make more sense if I had more variation in the trees, like more like a fence wide and more bushes and that sort of thing. Then you can make it a much denser forest, but this is not, you know. It would look good from above, but it would be like kind of confusing. Like, there are two oak trees right next to each other. Like that's kind of unusual. Okay, and these walk paths are actually pretty long. Like I believe like 2,000 blocks each, which means it should take you. If I just do some mental math here, it should take you like at least 5 minutes, maybe 10 minutes to walk. And then if you want to take a little longer, you can just walk instead of sprinting. And it leaves you, you know, that's relatively fast, but you can look at the views and spend your time building bases as well. Oh, and let me just show you, this is the edge of the map. Right here. This is just a relic of something. That's just water because, well, the reason is because my tiles for the data set, because this is all LiDAR data, this whole map, and they come in tiles, and World Painter also works in tiles, but the LiDAR data is kilometer tiles, and the World Painter is like 128 block tiles. They did not line up by about, I am guessing that's 48 blocks right there. So that's why. And that's a boulder that decided to just break the game. And you can see I had the boulders so they connect down to the ground, but that can look a bit funny, especially with like the slabs and such. Let's make our way back to the trail. That's the other thing. If you get lost, you're going to have a bit of trouble finding the trail again because, yeah, lots of vegetation. But, you know, if you get some high ground, you might be able to do it. And we got some nice dripstone blocks too in some of the cliffs. I was trying to get some of that like a nice reddish tint in places. Originally I was using granite, but one, I don't think there's a lot of granite in that area, right? It's granite only comes in specific places. That's more of a New England thing, I think. But also, you know, it was a bit too strong. So I settled on mud and dripstone. They're brown and with a little bit of red. Brown is just dark red too. So it makes the hills look like they're not just gray and green. All right, my voice is a bit tired because I've been talking a lot today, so hope you'll excuse me. It's starting to become night. We're in this lovely field. This is my favorite bit, right? You're just walking up this field on the side in most of your elevation. The forest just kind of opens up around you. That's lovely. Exiting the forest into this is lovely. And you might be able to see just around here, we have the tall ferns, and now we're going to be transitioning more into, let's see if I can see them. Maybe not yet, but we're going to be transitioning into more of like a hillside vegetation. And this looks like a perfect spot to camp. So let's maybe get to the top of this little hill right here. And maybe set up a little campsite here. Boy, it is laggy, isn't it? Alright. There are no mob spawns or anything, so you don't have to worry about that. And you can just, you know, build whatever you want if you want to. This is what I like to do, especially if you have like a friend. Like I usually do this with my brother. Kind of that. I also like to put carpet inside them sometimes. Um, we'll just cover up the roof here, and we'll make a door. Carpet isn't do. And so here is our little door. You're thinking it's not much of a door, is it? Well, carpet too. You just break it, walk in. That's how I like to make tent doors. Carpet some of this as well. Da 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 da. Okay, that's all our carpet, and we'll do the gray bed here. We'll just do it right there. Let's do a little bit. Lovely. Okay, and then seal up our tent so not snuck up on in the middle of the night. Don't hold a walking stick while you sleep and take a nap. Yeah, it's just some ways to make the world yours. Whatever you want to do. So it is day. We'll emerge from our tent. We'll leave it open so people know there's nobody in there. This is just me. Well, my brother might want to log on sometime. So, we will keep heading up right here. This is nice, isn't it? Where kind of the boulders and the rock faces. Most of these rock faces were done by slope. That was kind of learning the tools, but once I got like that basic step understood, I decided to add some like manual. So they're meant to be like screes. You can see some like shallower pieces of rock down in the valley as well. And that's just for some variation. But these nice exposed hill faces are really nice. But this is the one problem with that. It's like this is a dirt path on like a rock hill face that doesn't make much sense. But don't think too hard about it. Um, this is meant to be realistic, but to a point. Same with that. It's like, how did the dirt get there? How did it get there? So yeah, but I was just kind of painting the path in like kind of shape I wanted. And wow, we're still on the valley vegetation, which is this tall stuff. But let's sort of, okay, there's our first bush. I checked at the wrong moment because there's our first bush. We're starting to get towards the kind of shorter shrubbery up here, which is nice detail. And there are some flowers. They're a bit scattered though. You'll have to look around quite a bit if you want to find the flowers. There's a cow. Ooh, wait. How's this work? Ah, there we go. Sorry, Mr. Cow. I just wanted to see how that worked. That's pretty cool. What's the difference between you can left click and you can right click? And this is like holding it out. And the left click is just like a single, but I don't know. It's kind of I don't really understand the difference. What is that there? Oh, it must just be a tree. There are a few trees up here on the hill. They're just a bit harder to find. And they're not everywhere. I kind of left some open fields. Yeah, there we go. Out there's some. Actually, this valley is really nice. I don't think I'll go over there in this video, but if you download the map, I would go walk over there. Maybe make a hut over there. That's a really nice area. This is the best. There is a trail on that other side of the mountain as well, which is cool. That one has much more of a forest section, so it feels much more like actual. This feels like you're on top of a ridge. That feels like real hiking in a forest, which is also cool. It's a different experience. You might be able to see the trail. Wait, is that the trail? It must be. Wow, that goes far. Okay, these trails are quite. I thought we had started going in, but we haven't. Nope, we're still going up. It is a big map. It is bigger than you think. Bigger than I think. The last time I did this was when I was putting in trail signs and whatever. And I just wanted to walk it because I like this trail, and I thought I would record it. But yeah, it is. Don't underestimate it. It is a bit of a hike, bit of a Minecraft hike. Um, and obviously, if you're sprinting and jumping and whatever, you'll go through it much quicker. Oh, and I will just, show off. There's some flowers over there. I think I just spray painted those in World Painter. But if you try to figure out flowers that would be like actually there in real life, but I didn't do like too careful a job of that. And this is just some nice grass as well. You know, some vegetation, but it's just meant to be like it's meant to show you're on a hill. It's not suffocating you. It's just um kind of the short plants you would find in a place like this. Perhaps it is a bit excessive still, but it looks nice, so I'm not too bothered by it. I was thinking of putting like more mud and packed mud and dirt up here, but I kind of like. I think the green hill is a bit more realistic too. I think I just I couldn't really find. I could only really find satellite. I couldn't really find pictures of the top of the hill. I'm sure it's rockier than this for sure. But it's probably pretty green because it is fairly low hills. Here we go. This is a bit of an Easter egg. I'll go close enough that you can see. Boy, I am laggy. So we've got a campfire there, some chairs, and there's something special inside that little tent. I'm not gonna go in there. Okay, I don't want to spoil it for anyone who wants to actually do the map, but it is a nice little Easter egg I put there. Bit of lore. Yep, and so that must mean we're getting sort of towards the top, I believe. This doesn't go to the top of any mountain because the mountain was unfortunately cut off by the map, but I didn't want to make a map bigger than 2 kilometers. So it's unfortunate, but I just left it like that. But we do get to like the ridge just below the summit. You can kind of see where the summit would be if you look off into the distance. And that I believe that is Mount. I don't know how to pronounce it, but Mount Hebog. From what I could tell on maps is its name. And yep, it looks like we're approaching that now. So go take a look at the ridge. These shorter trees that are up on the mountains are really lovely too. They're kind of sparse every now and then. What's this song? Oh, I don't even have it on. Let's see. How do you do the thing again? I guess it's not accessible. Oh, credits. No. Okay, there's a way to like show what song's playing, but I don't know. But we all know this song. Yeah, this is where I left the sign, the valley. Yeah, I thought that was back there, but no, this is kind of where you can go down into the valley. That was kind of just like that side of it, I think, actually. But yeah, that whole area is super neat, and there's no trails there, so if you want to check it out, go ahead. These huge boulders, they're nice. And just about now, we'll be starting to get our first views of like the actual land down there. This trail kind of goes backwater, so you don't get as much views of that, but I think that's fine because that's more what the train is for, I believe. Okay, we got a bit more winding ahead of us. Charge. Does this give you a speed boost? I feel like it's giving me a speed boost. I don't know. Yeah, you can see... Actually, let's get to the top and then I'll point it out. A bit confusing. Okay, so the trail just kind of goes up here. Amongst the dripstone. There's a nice little flower. There's some, the rarest flower, if you look for them, are alliums, the purple ones. So if you can look for those, that's nice. That should be stripped. Mount Bog would be this way. So over there you can see, like, literally the summit would be, like, up there. Just leading up to the summit. And this is just kind of, like, the peak of one of the ridges. You know, the ridge goes, yep, that's a ridge up there. I believe that's another one, so that would kind of, there'd be a ridge going up to there. Yeah, kind of where the mountain would be. So this whole area is just like outskirts of the same mountain, I suppose. And actually, let me say one last thing. With this point, we begin our descent back into the valley floor. So this is the highest point on the path. I believe it's the highest point on any of the paths, actually. Because this is the higher side. That's pretty high up because there is a mountain back there. Got a nice purple flower. They're pretty rare, so that's nice. I was really, one of the things I was worried about after, I forgot about the flowers, and then I realized after I posted it that I was worried if they didn't come in. But it looks like they did, because the reason I was worried is because it's 2 different layers, actually. The grass is a different layer. So I was wondering if the grass, like, covered up all the available spots. But I guess I don't really know how it works. I guess the flower layer maybe got loaded first. So something like that. So this is a nice view. Let's just go over it a bit. This is the other hill. There's another walking path that starts way back there. Actually, I believe you can see it. Yeah, that's it right there. Uh, and then it curves up, goes over the top. Much more views here, and then it kind of goes around the back side down here. So this one kind of starts in the front, goes to the back, goes to the front, goes on the front, and then it kind of curves to the back. And then this trail gets out again right by the bridge where we crossed because it curves. It goes all the way to the back corner map and then goes all the way back to the bridge. That's kind of fun if you like walking in the forest. I would recommend that one. But I believe we will get some forest walking here too. And yeah, and that's a little wheat field that I did as a demo. So that's also a little Easter egg on the map. Because I just wanted to try to make a wheat field because I didn't know how it would go. Also, it is sunset. I need a tent. What am I doing? Let's make a blue tent. This is a nice little spot. All right. The vegetation is annoying if you're trying to make a tent or something. Quite so. All right. I'm gonna do like this. Then we'll kind of curve back around here. All right, that's a nice little tent. Hopefully that'll be the last one. Actually, no, we'll probably need one more. Looks like we can make a green one next time. Let's put some carpets in. We'll put our bed right there. Okay, let's put a door, make the door out of white wool this time. All right, let's put down a bed. Blue bed, obviously, because this is the blue intent. Sleep. And it is daytime again. Oh, I missed a block. Good thing no camper zombies got in my tent. That would have been bad. Alright, that's just... Yeah, that'll do it. Alright, and now we will keep... Let me just make sure the recording's still working. We'll keep walking back down. I keep running out of storage space, that's why I'm checking that. Though I deleted some files that helped clear it up a bit. Old apps. But I really should put like my video recordings on a hard drive. That's like 100 gigabytes or so. So, yeah, that would help for sure. I also increased the recording quality not too long ago, so that probably, or not actually quite long ago actually, but in my mind not too long ago, and that increases the file size. Yeah, not too long ago is in not too many videos ago. Yeah, so this is kind of the most scenic part of this walk. Get much more of a view of that, though other side is quite scenic too. Um, just to kind of that side. Can't really see much over there now. Um, yeah, so this is what I remember. So this trail goes all the way back here as well. Um, well, I said it was on the front. It's like it goes back, but it goes to the back, but so does the road. So that's why I said, you know. Yeah, I guess this is kind of the back side of the map too, though. We'll see where we go. It's been a while since I made this. So actually, it's been like a week, but I forgot already. So um, spear down the mountain. The wheat field is really cool, actually. Maybe we could check that out. These are the birch trees, by the way. Up on the hills, there's not any oaks, because like, why would an oak grow on a hilltop? That seems wrong to me. But you got these other ones, and you know, this one's literally called a mountain ash, so it makes sense for it to be here. Got some nice fences, iron bars, and tough walls to kind of fill out that shape. So I think they look pretty good. I was going off a reference photo. Yeah, and I'm gonna have to do a lot more trees for my next project, because that's going to be a more of like a piney biome. I think it's yeah, so that'll be kind of fun to see for you guys. I'll put that on my Planet Minecraft as well. And probably will make a video on it as well. Okay, here's a sign. Forest line. Yay, tree line. Actually, it should be tree line. Why did I write forest line? It's tree line. Okay, I don't know. Don't know words, but that's fine. So now we'll get a little bit of experience. We didn't really on the other side. We'll get a little bit of experience of what walking through the forest is like. Um, and for the most part, I cleared a lot of obstacles already. Any obstacle that was like completely blocking it, I either cleared or I made the path curve around it. Um, like this, I just made the path kind of a little wider on this side, I think. Um, yeah, and I tried to remove, there were a lot of roots sticking out in the path. I tried to remove most of them, but it looks like I missed one there. So we'll head down here. And then here's a boulder. Yes, this is kind of an instruction. You kind of learn what to do. Climb over. You could just walk around it as well. Fallen logs. So yeah, so I didn't really clear them, so that's why you have an axe and a pickaxe if you feel like doing some park service, but if not, just climb around it. I think it's more fun to climb around it. It kind of adds some something to break up your walk, I think. I wonder, this is I have such low FPS on my screen right now, but I wonder if the recording is going to be more, because uh I don't know. I hope if the recording's this slow, that would be frustrating. This tree is really nice too. This is the biggest tree I made. It's a 2x2. Well, pretty much 2x2. Really is lovely. I was thinking of putting red candles for apples in this one, but I already did that with the Rowan, so I was like not doing more of that. But yeah, this I love this shape. I love this oak tree. I'll probably use it sometime. Though it is actually quite small as oak trees go. It didn't really look like the trees were that big when I was looking at pictures and such of the area, so we didn't really do that at all. We got some rain, that's nice. Adds to the ambience. Okay, not nice. It looks like we're going to need to sleep, and since I only have one bed, I'm just going to sleep on this log. Because I'm not going to make a tent because then I'll have no beds left. So. And that's perfectly alright. You don't have to do all the... Well, could we crawl here? Let's go. Look at me. I'm crawling with my walking stick. Hey, you can climb under a log in Minecraft. Awesome. That's a good note. I'll include trapdoors on future fallen logs. So you can climb under them. That's always fun, climbing around logs on real hiking trails. That's always fun. So here we go. Here's another boulder. I tried to put some path here so you maybe can see. But when you run into this, yeah, just climb over. There's going to be path on the other side. Don't worry. I would not drop you off in the middle of the woods. That would be too cruel of me. Here there was a tree in the middle of the path. Yeah, this is kind of the area where it gets all chunky. But it looks like we're starting to get somewhere now. Down out of the mountains. At the road up there? Yes, it is. Well, that's the train tracks, but the road is right past it. So here's a sign. Please look both ways. That's a joke. You know, obviously there's no one else here. That mountain is a great view from right here. Take a photo of that. I don't like this song. Don't like that song. All right. Here we go. End of Habog Trail. I just called it that. Or start. You know, you can go up this way. I think it's more fun walking from the other side because walking up that hill at the start is really fun. So the trails continue down this way. So if you go this way, yep, right here. There's a trail. And we'll go down this one. We'll just check out the river really quick. But this is the minecart one. So yeah. Well, okay, let's go check out the river and then we'll take the minecart back. That. So the river, it's meant to be a mountain river. I couldn't really figure it out in rivers are hard, especially like downhill rivers in World Painter. Like, how does that even work, man? So I tried to follow like a tutorial, but it's way too big. It's just like it's 4 blocks deep. It should not be 4 blocks deep. It should be like a block or two deep. And the rocks are just I use the same boulders because I was like, you know, it's good enough. Good enough for my purposes, right? I don't need to make a whole other set of boulders. But in the future, obviously, I'll put more attention into this kind of thing. And luckily, my plans for my next map do not include mountain rivers, which is nice. Lots of lakes, but not mountain rivers. This is a field. This is probably the coolest field. This is awesome. I mean, you can kind of see what I'm talking about with the lines too, can't you? It's there's a bit of variation to it just in the settings, but it's just a line. But you can't really see that. It looks kind of cool, I think. But this field is awesome. Like that, just that is so cool. That is such a cool view. Mountain too. And I put some sand amongst the river. And then you can see the kind of the little reddish tint you get from the mud at the bottom of the hills. It's just so nice. It just completely. Oh, that is my what is that? One of my mods. Um, it just makes the map for me that little bit of a reddish tint. Just it looks so good. Um, righty, here we are at the river, and I'll show you the base of the other hiking trail that goes off into the end of the map. As you can see, a lot of boulders down here. Yeah, I must have just oh, that's weird. I must have just made it more dense over there because you can mess with that. But right here we've got a little river hopping area. So hop. Very good. And that will, you know, you don't have to get wet. So obviously it's Minecraft, like who cares? But so and here we emerge on our other trail. This one you can't really see because it's in this like lovely panhandle of forest. I love this bit. This is awesome. Like it's there in real life. There's just forest along the side. Looks great. But yeah, that's the way. Oh, let's look at the river a little bit more too. As you can see, the bank just it's too tall. The river's too deep, but the rocks they are a nice touch. You can kind of see they do break up the river nicely. That took that was probably the hardest thing. I already said what the hardest thing was. Oh no, I said rivers were the hardest thing. Yeah, getting the rocks in the rivers was so difficult. It really was. Um, I really should have put a sign here, but I'm going to guess it's this way. Okay, I'm going to say nope. I'm going to say we went the wrong way. Okay, very well. Speed through this. Get our charge. That's the way back to the river. If I can't find it now, I'm using free cam. It might be a bit. It shouldn't be hidden. I put a sign. So it should be quite visible. Here we go. Oh, it's all the way at the end here. Are we at the end? No, we actually, okay, quite a bit to go. Yeah, it's kind of in the middle there. So this is the mountain path. Just the generic mountain path. It is nice. This is kind of a similar walk. Actually, let me go this way a little bit. This is a similar walk with the kind of rock field. It is very nice as well. You know, I said I like the other one better, but that doesn't mean this one's bad. That's our first bite, isn't it? But yeah, that by no means is this one a bad trail. This one is still, I mean, just look at that. I mean, that's just awesome. You got to keep the distant horizons, all right. But yeah, I mean, just like that is just such a cool view. So obviously, same thing there. Goes kind of straight up the rock face. This one's a little bit better. Like I tried to make it more of a ledge. Bit of a fun fact. Originally, I made this path too big, so I had to like come back here and just place grass and leaves along the side of like the whole thing. It was a pain. Because it was like 5 or 6 blocks wide. It was like, what are we doing? But yeah, this trail is lovely too. It's much more of a view of the pass. So I guess you could say much more scenic, but they're both scenic. But the only thing is it does feel a bit more like also I think it's a bit shorter, but it just feels like a bit more uh connected to everything. Like that one just feels like total wilderness to me, which is what I like about it. Where are we going? Oh, we're going to the bridge and then we'll go back. Very well. So this is the river trail. From this side, you can only sort of see the river. You can sort of see it through there. But yeah, if you keep walking along here, we should be coming up on it soon. We should emerge into a little bit of an open area. And there's a footbridge across the river. So that's how you get back across. If you're stuck on this side, you can either hop over the rocks like we did the first time, or you can come over here. This is quite long too, actually. You could just hike along the river if you wanted to. That would make a decent walk. I should just turn our music back on. Make it a decent song now. This part is like, what are we doing? Like, how do you get around here? All right. Just probably because I just put boulders around here. Just more density, World Painter. Can you crouch under that? Nope. Can I squeeze through here? Nope. Okay, we found a way. All right, and here are the bridges. We merge into like this little glade. Over there you can see some like the scree piles I was talking about. Kind of nice. I believe there's another one over here as well. Get there. Where is it? Oh yeah, just this whole area is like scree, but like okay, yeah, I don't know what it's talking about. But here we go. Here is the mountain trail, river trail, the pass. I spelled that wrong. There should be a second L. But yeah, that's the road over there. This is the train tracks. So this is how you cross the train tracks. Made a little bit of a crossing area. I didn't bother to put a gate or anything. This is our footbridge, and this is our train bridge. I think they're kind of lovely. I had fun making this one. Especially this one, I had fun making this. And I also, you can see I bent that so that way you don't hit anything when you're walking through. Nice, because before you were like bumping up and down. Let's sleep again really quick as well. And then we'll take the train back, and that'll be our nice little way to end this video. And we can also tour the tunnels, because I did make custom tunnels as well. Okay, this is our other side of the river trail. This one should be out in the open in a short bit. Yeah, we could have taken the road back, but that's a bit boring, especially since the train tracks go right next to the road for that bit as well. So we'll get a fresh perspective. I didn't realize how much forest there is here. Okay, but a decent bit of this should be okay. Yeah, I see the field right here. Okay. I suppose it's just... Yeah, there's a decent bit of forest on this side of the river too, actually. Okay. Good to know, good to know. I made this map, but good to know. And we will head back through this way, through the field. I believe in real life there are some houses, just some, like, sparse manors around here. And some farm fields and whatnot. But, you don't get those. So, I'm so sorry. Okay, I can see the sign up there. And all the signs are on this, like, mud brick wall kind of thing. Thought it looked cool, but what does this say? Road. Yeah, this goes to the road. Need to eat. Let's have some more beetroot soup, actually. Ooh, that was good. Berry soup. Very good. They should add berry soup to Minecraft. That'd be funny. Or like something you can make with berries. They should have blueberries. Blueberries would be so good, because then you can have the sweet berry bushes. Sweet berry bushes, what should they be? Because, like, what's a sweet berry in real, like, raspberries? Sweet berries should just be raspberries, and they should make blueberries, right? You know what? Oh, they should just have it, so they have sweet berries, right? Like this one. And then they should have blue sweet berries, which you can put next to it, right? But you could have blue sweet berries, and then they just have blue berries, and so it's like blueberries and I guess strawberries, probably raspberries. That'd be cool, wouldn't it? Also, I don't think about it much, but when I was making these trees, I was also thinking it's a bit funny. Oh, that's the reason I didn't put the apples on the oak trees, actually, because I was thinking about it. I was like, wait a second, you know, apples don't come from oak trees. That's just a Minecraft thing. And yeah, they're apple trees. Don't need that. You're welcome. Walk down the trail to your right to the river. Take the road or go bushwhacking. There are more trails over here. The reason I put that is because there's another trail down there, but do not directly reference it because it's you can find it on your own. Also, there's no direction to the other one over there, but I believe it appears on the map. So if you're struggling to find stuff, look on the maps in the base. Yep, we'll take the train back. But yeah, the point is to explore a little bit. Hopefully you can kind of, if you can use this video to kind of see a bit more about it. Yeah, but that's it. It's quite loud as well. Maybe we'll turn it down just for this bit. Or faster volume, because I'm not really sure. It must be blocks, right? Whatever the rails are. You can see this railroad is fast, it's like all these weird angles, like kind of confusing. But I thought it was just the best way to do it for now. We will have better. I will have better solutions in my future maps. But especially since it's like a low-speed railway, like I believe the rail train only goes like 25 kilometers or whatever. Minecarts go what? Minecart's supposed to go, I think, oh no, I believe they go about like 17. But it's a bit more than double what it is in Minecraft. So Minecraft is 8, so real life is probably like 17, 18, that ballpark. So here's the first bridge. I made this bridge. There should not be deep slate there. That was a mistake. But yeah, nice little bridge. And we're going over this one too now. Through the track. That's fun. That's always fun. And then we're getting to the valley, which we did not go walking, but there is a walking trail through this whole valley. So the one on this side is actually a loop. You can go the whole way if you use the different trails and walk through the valley like this. I would actually recommend, I think walking through the valley is a really good trail as well. I would recommend that one. But obviously you can just take the train, go the same direction. But if you wanted to like take the train and then walk back through the valley, that's a lovely thing to do as well. This is kind of a lovely opening. Great view. You're kind of pinched between the mountains, and they just kind of squeeze together down there. You're kind of cut off, yeah. So they widen up, and you got this kind of like enclosed area. You're just completely enclosed by mountain. And then we're going to get back over here, and it's just going to feel like we're like just like pinched. And then we're going to enter a tunnel. Before the tunnel, there are a few arches as well, so that'll be nice as well. Yeah, and I hand placed all this rail, so that was just miserable, to be quite honest. Because it's not fun placing rails in weird diagonals and such. I try to figure out where the powered rail should go to. Okay, looks like you can see our first arch right there. Lovely view here too. Look at all that. Look at the kind of reddish cliffs, reddish and stone cliffs to our right. Yeah, that is just awesome. And this is the pass right here, or I guess right up there. The landmark that this will be named for. But we're entering the main tunnel now. Yeah, and this is what the tunnel looks like. I just had fun with a few different world edit brushes. And I also, I think I forgot to put a sign, but I made this tunnel with TNT, so it was quite fun to make, you know. Like I did / line, get the direction, and then I just put some TNT in there and blew it up, and that's how we got this tunnel. So yeah, it's a nice jagged shape, and there are lanterns through the whole thing. So right here, there's a little bridge. We should come right here. Right here is the bridge, and right there is the other walking trail. So we crossed over it. That's kind of where it comes back out, as you can see, and then it'll go back towards the pass. So we got these rocky cliffs. Kind of the last part of our journey. Just right up there. You can see. And all right, we're back home. And these just like capture the minecarts nicely, which I don't really know why, but here it is. But yeah, they just like stop them nicely, and then if the second one come in, then it doesn't just like bounce right back off. So that's why they're like that. We'll put the minecart in there. Yeah. Inventory in case I do this map again. Oh, we didn't really use the fences. I like to use fences when making tents as well. Got some junk. So that is my Minecraft map. I hope you liked it. If you want to check it out, it's on Planet Minecraft. It is a real place in Wales, so Snowdonia. And this is a real train, you know, it's the Welsh Highland Railway. And this is what I want to do. I want to make more trains, because I have some plans, because as we know, this is a low-speed rail, but what happens if you want to do high-speed rail? That'll be interesting. We'll have some fun with that. Making those kind of paths through the world, and that'll be nice to just experience, you know, as you kind of go along and have some fun with them. So, and here are maps. As I was saying, you can kind of see the trail that starts down there. So if you want to, if you're struggling for places to go, just look at here. We've got this trail, goes up that way. This is cut off. I didn't feel like doing the whole thing because it was taking forever to load. that was a bit lazy of me. But here's our loop trail, so you can kind of see it going through. Goes through that bridge, goes up around here, up around the back, then kind of let me just walk closer to it. Then kind of goes up here, and then here you go. This is your best viewpoint. This is like a lovely view. Actually, that's what that little jut out is. There's a little place with seats and stuff. And there are more viewpoints, of course, but this is like the where you get that full picture. And this trail, by the way, is all the way back there, so that's like complete off the charts. Um, and I believe this should actually be like a 4x4, because that's the way maps work. So there should actually be another row of item frames right here. I forgot. I did not forget. I just couldn't do. I just didn't figure it out in my head. But yeah. So this is 1,000 by 1,000 blocks. This is 1 square kilometer. And yeah, and this is the trail we didn't go on. And this path along the valley continues the whole way, back up to that bridge, and it's right next to it there. What's that trail again? I think. Is that a trail, or is that just rooted dirt? That could just be a. Actually, wait. Let's go check it out. Okay, wait. Let's game mode spectator. Yeah, let's go check out what that is. Actually, I'm curious now. That'll be kind of the last thing we do. So we hurdle through this tunnel. Wait, that'd be fun. Whoa. There we go. Through the tunnel. And let's just go to where that trail went up. Oh, there is another trail here. Where does this one go? Oh, I totally forgot about. Oh, I think this is just a small loop. Oh, this is lovely. Oh, we should have checked out this one. Where does it go back? Oh, it just connects back up here. Okay, that's a great trail to take too if you just want a shorter walk. Yeah, that's a nice little walk as well. It just goes, it doesn't even go up the mountain, it just stays in the valley. Um, but let's go back to home and we can guess, oh, where is it? Game mode survival. All right, that's my Minecraft map. I hope you like it. Um, all the builds were made by me. All the trees were made by me. So it's, uh, really a piece of original work. Except for the fact that the terrain is, uh, you know, it's field terrain. So didn't make that myself, but I think maps like this are cooler because you feel like you're actually doing something with your life.